See that? That's broken. You see that's broken. Now the neighbor where my food was delivered to, who lives behind me in apartment 113, and she claims that she thought that this food was her food. Now you know damn well that once she opened up a couple of the packages, she had to know after opening some of the bags that this was not her food. She knows she didn't order this. So if you thought this was your food, why did you break the top? What are you breaking the top for? What did you do that for? That's not necessary to open, honey. Why'd you break the top? So that when I came to get my food, I would see that some of my food was tampered with. You did that out of aggression, passive aggressiveness, because you jealous and you angry that I'm feeding myself. Is that what your handler or your boss told you to do? Or is that just something you did out of your obsessive jealousy, as many of you target, you gang stalkers do to the targeted individuals, stealing their stuff, harassing them, angry when they're able to do things for themselves, and that you're not succeeding in starving them to death and poisoning them and killing them like you do. Trying to get your hands on our food and on our products so you can steal from us and poison us and all the other wicked, ugly things you do for your free apartments, gift certificates, getting your bills paid, or whatever they bribe you with in order to do this wicked shit. Gift certificates, etc. And if she know damn well she didn't buy a 7-Up cake, I'm sure she knows she didn't order any of these things. But yet, the top is broken on here. And she opened this cake. She tore it. You can see right here. She tore it so that she could get it open. Usually, when you try to open these, it might be hard to get open. So some people tear them, wind up tearing these packages in order to get them open. I didn't do this. I haven't even opened this cake yet. I took it out so that I could get some, and then I noticed that, you see, it's torn. It's been torn. So somebody went into this before I did. Now, she knows she didn't buy a cake. She knows she didn't buy a 7-Up cake. I'm pretty sure of it. Yet, this is broken, meaning she opened my cake. Now, what the fuck are you opening my cake for? If it was an accident, if it was a mistake, why didn't you bring me my food? Or as soon as they brought my food over there, why didn't you bring this shit to me? But then again, she probably never intended for me to find out that my food was back there. I don't know. These gang stalkers are mentally ill and spiritually sick beings. So Lord knows what's going through their mind. Then she had the nerve to call me childish. She threatened me and said she was going to call HPD, Houston Police Department, on me. Told me to shut up and I'm not running things. You know, all of the things that she's projecting about herself. The fact that she knows she's childish, gang stalking me, childish taking my food, and any other thing that she's done to me since I've been here that she's been a part of, telling me I'm not running anything. So in other words, that's her way of saying that because the government and police are behind this and she's working with them, she's protected. So they running stuff because there ain't nothing I can do about it. It's just me against them. So I ain't running nothing. I never claimed to run anything. This was about my food and being in your apartment. This wasn't about me running anything. What the fuck are you talking about? And not only that, she still had some of my food, and instead of her bringing it to me, I had to go around there and ask for it. And then she told me to call the store. I'm like, why would I call the store when all of my food was at your apartment? What would I be calling the store for? All the rest of my food was in your apartment. And so I know that the food that you didn't give me is in your apartment too. Then she brings the food to the door. Now, why would you tell me to call the damn store and you know you got the rest of my food and she brought it to me? This is one of the things that she hadn't given me. She was still holding this and a couple of other items that she didn't give to me. She told me to call the store, but yet it's in her apartment. Then she calls me out of my name, and then she gets angry because I told her she's a gang stalker, so she got mad and said, "Shut up! You ain't running nothing. Shut up! Shut up and go in the house." And she talking all that shit because she know that the police, that she threatened to call on me because you got all my shit up in your place. Yeah, okay. Because she probably was trying to set me up. That's what they'll try to do. They'll try to set you up to get arrested or get in trouble with the law. And either the law told her to do it, the dirty law that's involved with this with her, or it was just some idea she came up with as a gang stalker. Either way, I'm like, don't argue with her. My spirit told me to don't argue with her because she's crazy. For her to go this far just to get all of my food in her apartment goes to show how sick and crazy she is. And she's been jealous of me ever since I've been here. And it seems like every time I get food, she just goes crazy. Because you know they watch you in your apartment. They're surveilling you and they're watching you through cameras and all other kind of shit and devices they have to see in your apartment. And every time I get some food, that bitch go crazy. She can't stand to see me get food. She hate to see me win anything. But it's some kind of thing she has about me getting food that just drives her nuts. She must have some fixation when it comes to food. I think she may have been poor growing up and maybe her wounded self, because she's a wounded being. Wounded people do these types of things. Hurt people hurt people. This must have something to do with her growing up being hungry or something, and now she has a fixation about food and hunger and shit like that, and all the things that she's doing and all her, uh, unethical, toxic ways, she had the nerve to try to spew all of that out against me in this situation. And I said, you know what? Let me go in my apartment. Let me go in my apartment because this woman is crazy, or this female is crazy because she's far from a woman. But either way, if this had been a former version of me, I promise you, if this had been 20 years ago, maybe even 15 years ago, I would have handled it differently. But see, I've learned about them, and I know they're all a bunch of soulless, sick, toxic beings, and they're feeding off of that drama and all that sickness and weirdness that is in them, um, that pushes them and compels them to do this low vibrational bullshit. They want something to feed off of, and it's your energy, your time, and your attention. They're just a bunch of wounded, sick beings, and it's just really weird. And I wasn't fixing to argue with her. Whatever she thought she won or whatever she thought she accomplished, it's just self-deceit. And it's an illusion. She's delusional. All of them are. And soon enough, the earth will be rid of them anyway. Is it our appointed time? Yes, it is.